Okay, this is today's bell assignment. Please pause the video so that they can work on them at their own seat. When you're finished, you may take your problem to the whiteboard. Please go over them with them before we hit play on the video. Alright, what we're talking about today is Lesson 74, Fractional Parts of a Number, Part 2. Unfortunately, sadly for you all, today's assignment, or today's lesson, is a really short lesson. I know you guys hate when that happens. In some fractional part of a number problems, the fraction is unknown. In other fractional part of a number problems, the total is unknown. As discussed in Lesson 60, we can translate these problems into equations by replacing the word of with a multiplication sign because of means to multiply, and the word is with an equal sign because is means equals. What fraction of 56 is 42? Whenever they say what fraction, they're asking what fraction. We don't know what fraction. So we'll put W because we don't know. Of, we just said means to multiply. 56, we write as 56. Is means equals, and then bring down that 42. So now I have an equation. That's simple. I have an equation. So to get W by itself, all I have to do is the opposite. W is being multiplied by 56, so the opposite would be to divide by 56. What I do to one side of the equal sign, I must do to the other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to cancel those out, and I'm going to get W equals 42 over 56. Now, two things. One, it asks for a fraction, so I have to answer it in fraction form. If you give me a decimal on this, it's not the right answer because it asks what fraction. Second of all, this can be simplified. So, what could I simplify this by? First of all, we know that they're both even, so we'll start by dividing by 2. So if I divide by 2, top and bottom, I have 42 divided by 2 is 21, and 56 divided by 2 gives us 28. Well, is there anything else that I can divide into both of these? They're not both even anymore, but I hope that you recognize that they are both divisible by 7. So I'm going to divide by 7 on top and bottom. 21 divided by 7 is 3, and 28 divided by 7 is 4. So the answer here is W equals 3/4. 42 would be 3/4 of 56. Okay? 3/4 of what number is 60? This time they give us the fraction. So I have 3/4, which I'm going to write as 3/4. Of means to multiply. What number? We don't know what number, so we put W, what number. Is means equals, and then we bring down that 60. Now we just talked the other day about, it would have been last week, we talked the other day about whenever we're multiplying a fraction by a variable and we need to move the fraction. When we're multiplying, we know that the opposite is to divide. When we divide by a fraction, what we really do is we take its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 3/4 would be 4 over 3. So we take its reciprocal and we multiply. And what I do to one side, I must do to the other. So I'm going to multiply by 4 over 3 on the other side also. 3's will cancel, 4's will cancel, which leaves me with W equals, and I can put 60 over 1 to make it a fraction. So 60 times 4 will give us 240. 1 times 3 gives us 3. 240 divided by 3 gives us 80. So 3/4 of 80 is 60. And that's how you find it. Write it exactly the way you read it in equation form. Solve for, make sure you're answering what it wants. If it wants a fraction, if it wants a decimal, if it's looking for a number, make sure that you answer the way that it wants you to answer. So your homework for today is Lesson 74, A through I, 1 through 12, and 13 through 25 odd. Make sure that you are working quietly, individually. that you're not bothering others. If you are successful in that today, you work quietly, then this will remain your assignment. But if you're talking, then it is in the directions to change it to all of the problems instead. So please show me and show your substitute that you appreciate not having to do all of the problems. Okay? I will we'll grade this tomorrow whenever we come into class, so make sure that you have it done and ready to go. Have a good day.